I'm here at the Haunted Roosevelt with Jeffy. He's one of our oldest RSD instructors, been traveling around the world teaching guys on how to pick up girls, and also has developed a course on online gaming in addition to doing boot camps, hot seats, free tours, and I think it would be kind of cool to talk about all the new products you're about to launch, kind of like a brand, like an RSD brand. Like, how do you manage that? What are you doing on social media to promote yourself? And how can people that are interested in kind of developing a brand, just like how you developed a powerful brand, how can they do that? How can they become an influencer? So I guess let's just kind of get started into like how your story worked and how you got into RSD, and just go from there.
Yeah, it's funny you say I'm one of the oldest instructors. I hope you meant to say most experienced, but I am also the fucking oldest aside from Ozzy. So yeah, thanks a lot for that. For that age-related age shaming.
Well,
dig.
Your
age is shaming.
How long have you been with us? You've been with us.
No, I've been with RC since January 2003. So we're coming up on 14 years.
Yeah.
And I would say this. You mentioned, I developed a brand over the years, and I think in many ways talking to me about how to be an excellent brand management guy, it's probably not the best guy to talk to because I really don't do as much as I should be fucking doing. I do not have a team. I do everything myself. I do not go on social media very much, except to call people faggots. So yeah, you probably want to talk to Max about that more. However, I will say this, it's just pure consistency. You know what I'm saying? I've just simply been doing, and I was talking to Owen about this recently, and other friends of mine that I know that are very involved in social media. As you well know, Max with RSD, he put out a program last year called The Natural, which was extremely successful in large part due to his relentless onslaught of engagement on social media. So, I as a guy who came up in the Web 1.0 era, frankly, it's a little bewildering to see this dazzling array of new, so what do I need to do? I talk to people who are into social media, and they're like, what do I need to do to be successful in this social media realm from a marketing standpoint? They're like, well, you need to do 10 Instagram live videos a day. You need to do 5 fucking Snapchats a day. You need to put out a video to every fucking day. You need to engage on these 5 different platforms every fucking day. And I'm like, dude, I'm too old for this shit, man. I don't fucking understand this. I'm like the old man who's like, how do I send a text? I'm essentially like that. But you know what they said? They're like, look, so many people, they get wrapped up in that game. Like they go, okay, I got to do the 5 Snapchats a day, the 10 Instagrams a day, etc. But they're not even putting out basic content. It's like a guy saying, I want to work out, but I don't want to get too jacked. You know what I mean? I'm worried about getting too bulky. It's like, how about instead you just get to the gym every fucking day, and then you can worry about that down the road. Put a pin in that.
Okay. And what about the JTeam? Like, we had a group called the JTeam.
Oh, a team of juvenile psychopaths and emotionally damaged, essentially children, who worked for me for free because they didn't know any better. Yes, the JTeam. Yeah, no, they're gone.
But I would say that most of the people that would basically work with you also fall under that category, and they work for free for a very long time. But some of them actually have transformed themselves into RC instructors.
Well, the key is if you are going to go that route, and interns, people who glean a value from working with you in that capacity, they can be really valuable. But it's important to surround yourself with people that are going to be helpful as opposed to detrimental. And the thing with me personally, it's like back in the day, I come from I don't know if most people don't know my background. It was a very trying upbringing with a variety of hardships that most people would never even dream of, et cetera, et cetera. Other people would probably think they were great. But regardless, I was kind of a broken person who healed myself in many ways through pickup as a self-actualization experience, as a path of spiritual enlightenment, as bizarre as that sounds, paradoxical as that may sound. I would see these people who would gravitate towards me because they felt I had gone through similar things that they did. And in my mind, I was like, look, I can help these guys. I see myself, the younger me, and these guys, and I made it through a combination of skill and luck. These guys might not, and I should help these guys. But then one day at the World Summit a few years back, one of Brad's crew, what do they call them? Brad's brigade. Yeah, the Brad Brigade. It might have been Andre. I forget which guy, but he came up. He's like, look, dude. He's like, these fucking interns of yours, man. You can't save them all. And I was like, dude, fuck you. No, I can save them all. And then I thought about, you know what? He's right. I can't have these crazy people around me anymore. And so I'd say these days, I'm just much more selective about who to bring onto that team, and again, as much as it pains me to like leave the puppy at the kill shelter, my team is no longer the island of broken toys.
All right. Well, I guess I'd like to be talking to you also about what you actually teach your clients on boot camp, and what are the things that you're focusing on in terms of like a boot camp to really get guys. I mean, my understanding is most of the programs that RSD instructors teach are very personalized, very customized. At the same time, you have a core curriculum, and you're also working on a product. I like to kind of give you a chance to kind of showcase what that is and what you're trying to help lead in terms of education. Okay, well, obviously,
you as the founder of RSD, you know that our flagship product always has been and always will be the boot camp. And on a boot camp, what we're trying to do is give them a full spectrum introduction to game, hands-on. And like you said, it's quite personalized, but after you've been doing it for 14, nearly 15 years, you see patterns begin to emerge. There's only a certain finite number of issues these guys have. And then, yes, while it is customized, you have developed specific strategies for each person's individual place of where they're coming from. So yeah, it is customized, but it's also standardized at the same time. Again, anyone who's been doing something for many, many years will develop those strategies. So that's one thing. The second thing that we do, obviously our second big program that kind of dovetails in many ways with the boot camp is the hot seat. And in the hot seat, obviously it's hours of infield footage with breakdown to show them crystal clear what pickup actually is on a high level, what works, why it works, what doesn't work, why it doesn't work. But it's also, and this happened in the past couple of years, it's evolved to not just be, oh, look at these videos, look how cool we are. Not even look at these videos, it's going over a set curriculum to explain what pickup is to you. But more importantly, we've now we've introduced over the past couple of years, change work exercises that are designed to get at the core of what's holding guys back from executing, because that's what we've been seeing more and more. In my capacity as an infield instructor, etc., I see guys that they know on an intellectual level very much what to do. They're aware, they logically understand it. Do you understand? Do this. Okay. Then they can't execute. And what's been preventing them from executing has really been the sand in the oyster, of our minds, of myself and Owens and all the other instructors' minds over the past few years. It's like, okay, we got the tactics down. Why aren't these guys able to execute? And so again, we think about that, and it starts to build a little pearl of wisdom, which is what? We need to get at the emotional blocks that are preventing these guys from executing. That's the next level of instruction in our field, right? Which is, of course, teaching success with women. So now we've really gravitated towards things that are going to start to get at the root of what's preventing these guys from executing, which is, among other things, social conditioning, poison dripping from society, internal monologues, internal belief systems that might be counterproductive. And so at the hot seat, we've now started instituting these very intense, almost cultish like exercises. I remember when I saw Owen doing this for the first time, I was like, this is it. We're a cult now. A bunch of dudes jumping around, taking their pants off in a thing. But again, that's not what changes your life. Jumping around, acting all crazy with a bunch of dudes isn't what changes your life. What changes your life is having an understanding of how these things are affecting you and then giving you tools to push back when you notice it affecting you. And that's really the next level, the new direction, the new erection, if you want to use a little NLP from 1998, that RSD is going. Now, with, you asked, my upcoming plans and stuff like that. I've got, in a couple months coming out here in April, the product's called Resonator. And what it's designed to do is help guys cultivate a powerful vocal projection and, more importantly, help them to do it in a healthy way. right? In a healthy way. So this, again, I find it's kind of an interesting counterpoint to a lot of the more esoteric stuff that RSD is going to be putting out in this year. A lot more abstract stuff, a lot more inter-game stuff. So I was like, you know what? I got a space here on our little calendar, and let me put something out that's really practical, really hands-on, very simple. Everyone can engage with it on a daily basis. And I brought in a classical vocal instructor named Susan Nance, and we go through everything that encompasses having a powerful voice and everything that encompasses having a healthy voice and maintaining a healthy voice going forward. And I got the idea to do this because, myself and Tyler, you know that we lose our voices pretty much every weekend on these grueling schedules. So that's what initially piqued my interest in it. And then I was like, wow, this could actually be quite beneficial. So it's a pretty quick product, looking to be about 5 hours through. And we go over, again, with Susan and with many supplemental things that we're putting into it. Number one, posture. And we talk about Alexander technique, which I know you may be familiar with from back in the day. That's been something that's been in the community from the very beginning of it. 2, breath management. 3, actual tone production, the vocal apparatus, how it all comes together to produce the various tones. Number 4, what's called ring, which is the ability to project without amplification, which is why opera singers can be heard, in a huge amphitheater over other instruments. And finally, what's called resonance, which is like the quality of the tones. And we bring this all together with a variety of exercises, like I said, that people can engage with every single day and see almost immediate improvements, like with a very, very short time frame, like very visceral, real, and immediate improvements in their vocal projection.
I think one of the cool things about what you're developing here in terms of vocal projection, voice, and control is that a lot of the skill sets that you're teaching in this, through the self-actualization process in terms of pickup, you're doing a lot of skills in terms of approaching people, but your voice is also something that's a useful skill, whether you're using this for pickup or business or any kind of social interaction. And I think a lot of the processes of what you're teaching, whether it's in the boot camp or the hot seat or through the interactive exercises that you're talking about, a lot of it really parallels keys to success and skills to success of life, just in general.
Well, that's why I continue to work with RSD, because even though it's on the surface, it looks kind of like, this crafts, pick up bitches, blah, blah, blah. In reality, there's so many aspects of what we do that can enhance your life outside of pickup, in so many ways, outside of dating. When you know this stuff, I say this to guys at the free tours. Have you ever had a business idea and you were in the room with the person that could make it happen and you just didn't know what the fuck to say? How to approach them, right? You learn this stuff, that's never going to be an issue again. Think about how this can help you in your relationships with your family and relationships with your friends, in your business relationships, et cetera, et cetera. It is very broad spectrum. You're absolutely right, man.
If you're interested in learning more about Jeffy, check out RSD Jeffy on YouTube and also check out Resonator. It's an epic program. Cheers.
Okay, so let's do a quickie little breakdown of what happened there. And now it is time to dance.
I would go so far as to say that guys who cannot hook the set, 80% of the time, this is the problem.
Hey!
Hey, freeze, motherfucker! Hey, good evening.
He doesn't know why the girl should hook up with him, so why the fuck should she?
This is the roof of the mouth right here.
Okay. Right.
Yes. Smelling something nice, touching shoulders. That's the touchdown right there. Not just being loud, but being clear so that
right.
Sometimes people will say, what? They heard you, they heard the noise.
Good evening. You appear to be a very classy lady. I'd love to purchase for you a bottle of fine red wine, perhaps with cheese.
And when you say 1, 2, 3,
1, 2, 3.
your voice doesn't sound bad, but it's a little husky sounding. That just looks so uncomfortable. You look so uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Go ahead. That was nice.
Just clenching it here in order to
Yes.
push.
And that's what we don't want.
Okay, that's what we don't want.
We don't want that. Now here we have a giant model of the larynx. This is laryngitis.
Ooh, wow.
You see that they're swollen.
This is probably what my boss's chords look like.
I learned to be out of the matrix and to be positive.
What the fuck are you fucking talking about?
Oh, I'm like literally cringing.
She said it. She was like, my voice tone was like, like average, above average, but yours is like amazing.
Don't do this, don't do that, sit down, shut up, blah, blah, blah. The other, you're dumb, you're dumb, you're dumb, dumb, you're dumb, your clothes are stupid. Again, we want to sort of trigger that mirror neuron system to create an emotional attunement when we're telling stories. Do you want to be more excited? Or do you need to be more like calm and collected? And that'll change often dynamically during the interaction itself.
It's very imperative, not just on a level of getting attraction from the girl to learn this stuff, but on the level of long-term health for your voice. You're gonna be able to go out and project.
Take your finger like this and push it. Push it, and then, what? Isn't that weird? It's the weirdest thing. When I saw this, I was like, what the heck is going on?
I believe, and I truly believe this, it's only a matter of time until they like me.
I'm her roommate now. You're evicted. I'd love to introduce you to my family.
Gave me a huge awareness of my voice and how to speak to people.
It teaches you how to do it, the technicalities behind it. And beyond that, you learn about storytelling and humor.
Put on a little vaudeville act. Hello, my darling. Hello, my lady. My right. Some little act, and that's obviously quite draining.
Why I ever got interested in the whole game concept as like a wacky chick is just, I want to know how the fuck to project myself. Jeff has actually given a language to something that I think everyone in the game has been trying to achieve for so long.